What if I told you that most of your anger isn't about the world at all? It's about you, and it's quietly stealing your peace every single day. Welcome to Power With. If you're new here, make sure to like this video and drop your opinion in the comments. I want to hear how you deal with anger in your own life. Now, let me ask you this. Why let someone else control your mood when you have the power to stay calm and unshaken? In today, I am going to teach you how to never get angry or bothered by anyone with just simple techniques. Starting from number one, the poison of anger. Here's the thing about anger. It feels powerful in the moment, but in reality, it's poison. And the crazy part? You're the one drinking it. Think about the last time you got mad. Your chest got tight. Your blood pressure spiked. Maybe you even said something you regretted. And for what? The person who annoyed you probably walked away without a second thought, while you were left stewing in your own stress. Anger doesn't punish the other person. It punishes you. It steals your peace, wrecks your focus, and drains your energy. Worst part? It tricks you into thinking you're winning, when you're actually losing the only battle that matters, the one inside your own head. Number two, don't take it personally. Here's a secret that will save you years of stress. Most of the time, people's anger isn't even about you. Think about it. Your boss blows up at you in the middle of a busy day. Is it really because of that small mistake you made? Or is it because they're drowning in pressure, deadlines, and expectations from above? 9 times out of 10, you just got caught in the crossfire. Or take random insults. Someone calls you dumb, useless, or worse. You could let it ruin your mood. But ask yourself, does it really mean anything? Words are like packages. If someone hands you a bag full of garbage, do you take it home? Of course not. So why carry their trash in your mind? Just say, nah, I'm good, and move on. Even with friends or family, when someone lashes out, it usually has more to do with their own frustrations than with you. They might be tired, stressed, or hurting in ways you don't see. But if you take it personally, you end up carrying a weight that was never yours to begin with. The truth is simple. Anger from others only has power if you accept it. Once you stop personalizing every outburst, you take away its sting and protect your peace. Number 3, reaction versus response. Here's the difference most people never learn. Reacting is instant. Responding is powerful. When you react, it's automatic. Someone pokes you, and you swing back without thinking. Your sibling teases you, and before you even realize it, you've already snapped. Reacting feels natural, but it usually makes things worse. Responding, on the other hand, is where the magic happens. It's taking a breath, giving yourself a tiny pause, and asking, is this even worth my energy? Think about it this way. Imagine your future self from 5 years ahead suddenly appeared and looked at the moment that made you angry. Would they laugh? Would they shrug and say, seriously? That's what you wasted energy on. Chances are, yes. Because most of what we get worked up about is completely meaningless in the long run. Responding is about choosing your battles. It's strength, but not the kind that shouts. It's the kind that walks away still holding peace in its pocket. Number 4, perspective shift. Here's the truth. Anger isn't just about what happens to you. It's about how you see it. Perspective is everything. Think about a dog chasing its own tail. From the outside, it looks ridiculous, running in circles, using up all that energy, and getting absolutely nowhere. That's what anger looks like most of the time. A whole lot of effort, with nothing to show for it except exhaustion. Now, let me tell you a story. There was once a farmer whose only horse ran away. His neighbors rushed over and said, "That's terrible." The farmer just shrugged and replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned with 3 wild horses. The neighbors cheered. "Wow, that's amazing." The farmer simply said, "Maybe." But then, while trying to tame one of the new horses, the farmer's son fell and broke his leg. The neighbors gasped. "That's awful." The farmer again said, "Maybe." Later, the army came to draft young men into war, but skipped the farmer's son because of his injury. The neighbors cried out, "What great luck." The farmer, as always, said, "Maybe." See the pattern? Nothing is completely good or bad. It just is. The meaning comes from how we choose to see it. And once you shift your perspective, anger loses its grip. What felt like a disaster could be a blessing in disguise. What felt like an insult could just be noise. When you change the lens, you change the story. Number 5, become the observer. Here's the final shift most people never make. Realizing you're not your thoughts, and you are not your emotions. You're the observer behind them. Think about it like watching a movie. The scenes play out, drama, chaos, laughter, sadness, but you're still sitting in the chair, untouched by the screen. That's what happens when you step back from your own emotions. Instead of being dragged into every plot twist, you just watch it unfold. When anger rises, don't say, "I am angry." Instead, notice it. There's anger here. See the difference? One drags you into the storm, the other keeps you standing outside of it. And here's the best part. The less you react, the less people mess with you. It's almost like a superpower. When someone tries to push your buttons and you don't flinch, they eventually get bored and move on. Suddenly, the same people who used to control your mood can't touch you anymore. That's what being the observer gives you. Freedom. Freedom to watch the circus without becoming part of the act. Number 6, the superpower of calm. Here's what nobody tells you. Staying calm is a superpower. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to every little thing. Someone glares at them, they glare back. Someone raises their voice, they raise theirs louder. It's like handing the keys to your emotions over to whoever shouts the loudest. But when you don't react, something amazing happens. The power shifts. The person trying to provoke you loses their control. They expected a fight, but instead they get silence. They expected chaos, but instead they get calm. And that calm is disarming. Think about it. What's more powerful? Exploding in anger or smiling while someone tries their best to knock you off balance? True strength isn't in shouting the loudest. It's in not being moved at all. And once people realize they can't push your buttons, they stop trying. Suddenly, you're untouchable. You walk through life steady, unshaken, and in control. That's the superpower most people never unlock. So, let's bring it all together. Anger is poison. It punishes you more than anyone else. Don't take things personally, because most of the time, people are fighting their own battles. Learn to respond instead of react, and you'll